Hey, beautiful soul, and thank you so much for being here. If you're a highly sensitive person like I am, it means that you are very sensitive to energy and you're very sensitive to energy that is around you. It means that you can feel what other people's energy around you is like. You might Other people around you might not be consciously aware, but you are very aware. You read between the lines, but you are also more susceptible to being influenced by someone else's mood or energies around you. So, as a highly sensitive person, how do you manage your energy? How do you make sure that your energy is protected enough? These are all things that we are going to explore here in this video today. My name is Derrick Ivey, and I'm a board certified clinical hypnotherapist, researcher, and intuitive. Welcome. So, I had a wonderful soul reach out to me the other day, and his question was this. He says, I have another question. Let's say I go into a big crowd of people and I start feeling anxious or anxiety or even a little depressed. Let's say I was at a stadium to go to have fun or go on a vacation where I should be feeling happy and excited. Then the more I'm there, I start feeling anxious or depressed. I know I've heard you shouldn't protect your energy, but then how does one who is very sensitive and empathic supposed to have fun? So many of you have probably already seen my video that is called Don't Protect Your Energy, Do This Instead. And that's a great video to check out. It is on my YouTube channel. Just go into the channel and it's called Don't Protect Your Energy, Do This Instead. And the premise that I bring forward in this video is from Huna Hawaiian spirituality. This concept is one of harmonization and transformation of energy instead of feeling this need to constantly shield and protect yourself. But that being said, with this question that came in, it's easy to start feeling this anxiety or depression picking up on other people's frequency around us, and especially if we are a very sensitive person. But think about this. If you are constantly feeling the need to protect your energy, what are you actually putting more of your focus on? Fear. So we've had conversations before about spiritual shielding. Shields are for the spiritual warrior. They're a tool. They're a tool that is available to you, though they're meant to be a tool to use at certain points. They're not necessarily meant to be completely shielding you at all times. Why? Because you're creating barriers between you and the external world by shielding yourself to the point that sometimes you can't even hear those around you who you want to communicate with because you have put up so many shields and you have resolved to keep yourself in those shields and in those limits. So, how do we find a good balance? How do we find a way that we can be in the world and be out in public as these sensitive beings that we are. To be a highly sensitive person, it means that we do pick up on those subtleties of frequency much easier. And it is common to even feel absolutely invaded by these other energies and the energies of those around us. So it's very true that we do feel those things so much deeper as HSP. But you can also check out my video also on being a highly sensitive person. I have a whole video just on how to best manage your energy in general as a highly sensitive person. So, yeah, it's true that we feel things so much deeper, but let's take some time now to really reflect. What is the current experience for you like of being out in public and being around other people, going on vacation, going to concerts, going to stadiums? What is that like when you put yourself out in the public eye, even when you go to the grocery store? When you go to the grocery store, do you feel the energy of those people that are around you there? When you're in the produce section, are you picking up on the energy of those people that are shopping around you? Are you sensing what they're thinking, what they're feeling? So, what I want you to begin noticing is to really check in with yourself each time that you do go out in public, and also check in with yourself as you are out in public and what you feel like when you get home. Really start noticing, okay, I felt like this before I left. I felt like this while I was out, and I felt like this when I got home. So, really, it shouldn't be that drastic of a difference if you are out ahead of it vibrationally. If you're out ahead of it vibrationally with your intention, intention is everything, as with everything in this world of healing. Intention is the most powerful thing. And it's powerful because that intention creates the divine blueprint design of the experience that you would like to have, of your ideal version. So if you are out ahead of it vibrationally and you have a powerful intention to align yourself with your highest frequency, then you're going to cultivate that energy, and that energy is so much stronger. That energy of love, of gratitude, bliss, those are so much higher of frequencies than the lower energies of depression or anxiety or fear. So if you've already done the work to cultivate with your intention that expansive state, then you are already in a more powerful vibration. So you'd be more likely to positively influence those around you than to be negatively influenced by their lower frequencies. So if you don't have an intention, if you don't have a spiritual care routine, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not meditating, if you're not doing the things that keep you aligned, then the results that you get and the feelings that you feel absolutely are going to reflect that. The experiences that you have are absolutely going to reflect that. And it truly is all about being proactive. It's about the level of spiritual fitness that you are in. that you are in before you even think about leaving the house. You are aligning your energy and frequency. And if you haven't done anything to maintain your energy, you're much more susceptible to being influenced by other people's energy. You have holes in your aura, so to speak. That creates the space for those negative energies to come in and pull you down when you haven't filled that space in your auric egg with light. An ounce of prevention really is worth a pound of cure, because if you regularly spend time to cultivate a high frequency, you spend time strengthening your frequency, you spend time breathing light into your aura, you are automatically at a higher vibrational set point. You can't be as easily influenced. Now, if you started your day scrolling on your phone, la di da, you just reacting to what happens outside of you, reacting to what happens in your environment, you will be more easily influenced by your environment because you have not set strong intentions for what energies you do want to experience. You haven't set boundaries as to what you allow other people to take from you, or how far you let others in. So if you spent some time in the morning, on the other hand, meditating, doing breath work, connecting with your highest self version, how is that breathing light into your aura, setting the intention that you're going to harmonize and transform any energies coming your way? How is that going to change your experience? Just think about it, just use common sense. You're going to see how that will benefit you. That's the wavelength that you're on. So you don't need to take your power back, because you always have been an infinitely powerful being. You are made of star stuff, right? You are, others can only influence you if you give them permission to. And sometimes we give that permission by not being in our power, and it just happens. So you don't have to take your power back, but stop freely giving your power away to people who don't see you and skillfully respect you. You are a sovereign being. Others' energy can only influence you if you have those holes in your aura. If you give them the power to do so, you create your own set point, which creates your own reality. Period. End of story. We all have emotional set points. So that means if you, and that's our natural frequency that we tend to revert back to. So that means if you won the lottery, you'd be so happy, but a few weeks or months later, you go back to your baseline. Or if you lost everything, yeah, you would be down pretty low, but eventually humans are very resilient. You are very resilient. So you would rise back to that set point. And we all have these natural set points. But what a lot of people don't know is that it's a matter of raising that set point. We can also raise that set point. We can raise that point to attract higher frequencies and higher experiences that are more aligned with who we really are and not as identified with all of this fear and anger and depression and anxiety, right? So the more my point through all of this is the more you do your own inner work, the more you find processes that keep you in a really high vibrational state, the more you attract different souls who are on that higher frequency to you anyway. Because if you aren't being proactive and you are just reacting to everything around you and you haven't done any work to cultivate light within your aura, you haven't done any work to clear away that stuff and bring in the light, then you are going to be influenced so much easier and you are going to attract a lower vibrational quality of person to you. So if you honest to God are doing this work, you're working on yourself, you're doing everything you can to keep yourself in a high vibration, you begin rendezvousing with much higher frequencies. You may notice instead of getting in arguments or road rage when you go out, you have conversations that are beautiful and life giving with strangers. You might find that you attract someone that says, "Hey, I like your shoes," or "That shirt's really pretty," because you're on a higher wavelength than if you were in a negative state, you might attract somebody flipping you off in traffic or cutting you off or what have you. We create our own frequency in the vibrational environment we live in. So, you might also notice the things you notice shifting. You begin raising the frequencies of all of these strangers around you because you walk into a room, you are in that heart space energy that's so expansive, that's so much more powerful than the thinking mind. And that wears off on people. They can feel that frequency of you that you're holding, and that's raising them up. One person who's tapped in, turned on, and tuned in is more powerful energetically than millions who are not. That is known by Abraham Hicks. And it's also been proven in Dr. Hawkins' work that we see the world in different ways from the vibrational frequency that we are standing in. And as we don't have a choice, that's how it is. You can choose to stay in those lower frequencies and you can choose to be influenced by everyone around you and blame everything outside of yourself for all your problems, or you can take full responsibility for your own well being and you can rise that frequency up on purpose. Dream with the lid off. This is your life. So, my answer is work on your own frequency, take full responsibility for your own well being. Reality is a mirror. Everything that comes up in you was already inside of you. I guarantee that these things are not new that you're feeling, that you're picking up on. They have been patterns of energy inside of you for a very long time. And if you're still giving people that power over you, that they have the power to change your mood and change your emotion, then they can only bring up inside of you what's already inside of you. What you think other people are thinking about you is what you think about yourself. So change the way you look at yourself, re-update, reframe, and re-educate those parts of you that don't feel worthy of this high vibrational experience. If there's fear inside of you, then you're more strongly identified with the fear, then that's what others are going to reflect to you. If you're on the frequency of love, then those same people are going to reflect inner love to you. So, do you see how this works? Does that make sense? Stand back and in your own power. You are an infinitely powerful being. The more you own that and cultivate your own pure positive energy, the better your experience is going to be. The more that is the experience you create around you, everywhere you go, you show others that frequency and you show others what is possible and you show others who they really are. There's nothing to be afraid of. I always ask my guides to be with me whenever I go out in public, whenever I leave my home, whenever even I'm in my home, or if I'm in my office just working on things, I'll ask the guides to come in and massage my energy field and show me what to do next. I'm on a wild ride of spirit. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Don't worry about other people's energy because you're on your own wavelength. The world is a reflection of you. No one can hurt you energetically unless you have those holes in your aura and you believe they can. So if you're currently having resistance come up within you, and it feels like you're really taking on so much from others, that's beautiful because it's showing you where your work is at. It's showing you what you can transcend. Every energy that comes up inside of us is there to show us something. It's pointing somewhere in our psyche. The good news is it's shiftable. You are moldable. You're flexible. You are healable. You are not messed up. You are growing and becoming more aware in which the ways in which you can stand firmer in your power. You might find it very helpful to do a few sessions with me to really explore this and do some emotional and spiritual clearings. Get that gunk and these old programs out of your energy field. You don't need them anymore. They're weighing you down. And find that alignment within you and all of the things that you want to experience as you are creating health, wealth, love, and perfect self expression in your own life. So, if you'd like to do a free consult, no obligation, no pressure, schedule that at dgtwellness.com. Lots of love. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with any friends or any souls that you know would benefit. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love, and we'll talk soon.